Today we're going to go over the location section of Control Center. In order to start an installation, we need a location built, which you are given one by default with the purchase of FTx POS. We start by clicking Locations. Under Locations, we have two tabs located at the top of the screen. This will include the Locations tab, as well as Pricebook Zone. Pricebook zones are a way to separate your pricing for the same item. For example, if a type of cigarette was sold in one state at state minimum, but is a different price in another state, Pricebook zones would be used to separate those products. Firstly, let's take a look at the location that we have already set up here. When a location is opened, 7 different tabs will appear here at the top. We have Details, Location and Contact, API Connections, Schedules, Online Order Settings, Managed Services, and IP Address Filters. Under the Details is where you're going to define the name of the store and what Pricebook zone is going to be used. Located here are a few options such as what type of location your store is, whether that be a retail or a warehouse location, the store number, and the time zone the store is located in. We also have something called location groups. This is to make reporting easier if you have more than one location, especially if they're separated by different states, for example. The Omit from Offline Report button is primarily used when you have a location set up for testing, but you don't want to show it on any type of store reporting. However, this is going to be a live store, so it should always be checked in No. The Hide from Customer button omits all the store information on the receipt. Next is account numbers and bank account numbers. This is for if you have a third-party accounting software that you already have account numbers assigned to this location. This is where the account exports section comes into play, as this is where you would put an external account number to connect to your store, which makes importing to your accounting software much easier. Next up is location and contact. This is going to be the basic information of that location, such as the address, city, state, etc. Then you have API connections. If you have an API that you would like to tether to this location, you can input the API hostname here, as well as the port, and have a button built to utilize this feature. Next up is schedules. Pretty self-explanatory, this is just the store's hours. Red is going to be closed, green is going to be open, and you can define those hours here. And then lastly, we have IP address filters. This is used to assign a static IP to your register. If an employee tries to log into the control center on a computer that does not match the chosen IP address, they will not be able to log in. This prevents employees from logging into the control center to make changes when not on the clock. Next would be Pricebook zones. When Pricebook zones is opened, a default zone is given. If you have another location in another state or region, you'll open this and then hit the Add New button on the top right. You'll be asked to name the zone and if you'd like to copy pricing from the previous zone, or whether or not you'd like to make it the default zone when you create a new location. You may also give it a color if you prefer. If you had stores in Alabama, for example, you'd be able to enter the Pricebook that's for Alabama stores. When you go to create the location, you can assign this Pricebook zone to that location. That way, it gets all the pricing that you assign specifically for the Alabama location. That concludes today's training on locations.